My name is Kiara Matos. I am a ceramics artist and the owner of Kiara Matos Studio, which is a studio and storefront based in New Haven, Connecticut. My ceramics experience was kind of accidental or fortuitous, if you want it. My mother had a studio at home that she my mother set up a studio at home because she wanted to learn ceramics, and she ended up being too busy to do it, so we grew up with a studio at home. And around age 15, I had an aunt who was very crafty, and she asked if I wanted to take a class and maybe start using the studio. And I had played in it in and out on my own, and I took this class, and so the relationship with clay and ceramics started. And then during my first year in college, doing journalism, I saw this incredible show in Miami, and I realized maybe this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to be making beautiful ceramic objects, so I went back home and quit my journalism school and dove right in, yeah. I started doing apprenticeships with people for a little while, and you know, it took me maybe 3-4 years to sort of get a hang of it. And my mother happened to be an interior designer in Venezuela. She still is. So it was pretty easy, you know, to start selling the work without much effort. She had a lot of clients that needed stuff, and I was able to make it. So that gave me plenty of confidence to keep going. And so I started a more serious practice in my hometown in Venezuela, which is called San Cristobal. And then from there I moved to Caracas, which is the capital, and I did great. You know, I was probably the first person doing ceramics, very colorful ceramics. There was a tradition of the Japanese school that had been started by one of Warren Mackenzie's apprentices, who was a Venezuelan guy, and he started this they were a group of people who practice under Hamada and Mackenzie's and, you know, the Japanese tradition of ceramics. And then there was the very traditional stuff, which was earthenware without glaze finishes. So two very different practices. And then, you know, I really wanted to do colors. I was probably one of the few people doing mid-temperature glaze with a lot of colors. So it was a lot of fun. I had plenty of opportunities to keep growing. And then because of the Venezuelan the political situation, in 2010, my husband and I decided we wanted to move out of Venezuela. And I had lived in New Haven as an English and ceramics student, so I had a great relationship with the city. And when we called friends and we said we wanted to move, there was plenty of support. I'll never be grateful enough to what New Haven has done for us. So we moved here, and I started working from home. And 2 years ago, my husband, who owns the cafe next door, heard that this space was available, and we both knew it was my chance to have that studio storefront adventure. So here I am. It's been a big change from being alone in the studio to having an open space every day. There are, you know, good sides and bad sizes. Just recently I thought maybe I'm gonna have to put a boundary between my space work and the storefront, because it's great, but sometimes I feel like I'm starting to be a little more distracted than I am used to. And but it's been great business-wise. You know, the exposure has been amazing. There's a lot of support from the New Haven community, but there are a lot of visitors who end up here, you know, which would have never happened either through a craft show or maybe online. But I definitely feel like, you know, New Haven needed it for sure. It's you know, I wish there could be more spaces like this. You know, there is plenty of people who always need a good gift, or, you know, are willing to treat themselves to something beautiful, and they are delighted I'm here. And that happens often enough that I've been here for almost 3 years now. So it's great. I love it. I think it's a dream, you know, to be able to make and then have customers. Like, so some people don't, you know, just being able to do what I love. I really enjoy the making part. I would not sacrifice that one for anything else. But it's also great to have customers, you know, and I do a lot of custom, and there is a feedback, you know, when I and it's a collaborative process where someone comes in because they like what you're doing, but they have a specific needs or even their own ideas. And I know some artists don't like it. I find that it's a great way to even enrich your practice, because there always something new for you comes out of interacting with another person, right? So I love it all. I cannot be more blessed. I love every single aspect of my practice, yeah.